Okay, now we have the new water with stuff in it.
Yes, these.
Anything?
No, these enhanced waters.
This has B in it too.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Well, this one, you don't have it here, but there's another very popular one out, made by a major sports drink company that also has B vitamins in it. Again, from my standpoint, drink water. If you want to save money, drink water. You're not going to get anything in here that you wouldn't get normally from your diet.
So it's another one, but you need to think about if you have this and you enjoy the flavor of it.
That's fine.
That's
and
okay.
You can afford,
but then
and you can
afford it.
The issue with these,
Oh.
the issues with the enhanced waters is, okay, you're an athlete, yeah, you're a football player, you're getting ready to start 2-day practices. It's hot. You need water, carbohydrate, and salt. This does not have the carbohydrate that you need. This does not have the salt that you need.
There's no salt in that.
Right. So if you don't mind drinking them as you're sitting around, that's fine. But when you're exercising, you should take a properly formulated sports drink. And, I think you have a pretty good idea of some of those.
One of the things you recommend is that you take a daily one-a-day vitamin. Could you get your one-a-day vitamin out of something like this, or not really?
No.
Okay, because you don't know what you have.
No, because it doesn't have everything you need in it.
Okay.
And ideally, I'm saying, I don't recommend that athletes take vitamins, but if they're going to take a vitamin, rather than taking this pill, this pill, this pill, this pill, this pill, just take a generic type of a one a day.
Perfect. Okay, now we have more things, which I love to do. Okay, this is the new energy drink, right? Chocolate milk.
Yes, chocolate milk.
Talk about that. That takes a second.
Well,
Let's
research.
go.
We've known for many years that if you consume carbohydrate following exercise, from food or from a sports drink, that the muscles recover more quickly because they can build up the muscle fuel called glycogen. Well, we also know that you really need, along with glycogen, you need some protein to help for muscle repair. And in the case of somebody who wants to get bigger, who's doing resistance training, you want the protein to facilitate new muscle growth. Well, the wonderful thing, there are many products out there that have protein and carbohydrate that are marketed to athletes as being, this is the great recovery drink. Well, what is really neat is that 1% fat chocolate milk is a fabulous recovery drink.
And I like milk.
Yes, it's readily available. It's, it tastes good. It doesn't have any other weird ingredients in it. Some of the recovery products I've seen, they put different herbal compounds in it that I'm not that keen about. So
overall,
it's a food.
So
it's
after an exercise, it's not a bad idea. Okay.
That's right.
Now we got the V8s. Now, before we've got a couple more to get into. And now, one thing I think we need to let everybody know is that whatever you have for practice, you need to have for games.
That's
So if I'm going to have whatever sports drink I have in practice, well, I can have it in the game. But if I just see it the first time ever in a game situation, I don't think that's always the best to do.
Not necessarily. You want to have tried whatever's going to be at the game. You want to have worked with it in practice to see how you tolerate it.
It might taste better, and I might drink a lot more during the game too than I ever did.
That's
okay,
right.
what's this is like a fruit juice. How about fruit juices?
Yes, well, the regular V8, like the V8 vegetable drink, not something I would recommend drinking during exercise. It's great following exercise with a meal because it is high in sodium, and you get some of your vegetables that way. Essentially, V8 Fusion, this is pomegranate, blueberry. It's just a fruit juice. So I would certainly prefer an athlete drink this over something like a soda.
Okay.
Because at least they're getting some nutrients from the fruit.
Okay, now Gatorade, which is one of the sports drinks that probably most of the kids have access to, and there's lots of those things. Because it used to be just straight Gatorade, now we got all kinds of. The only one I don't have up here is I don't have the Endurance. So
Yes,
I can find that.
basically, just as an aside here, Gatorade has the lion's share of the sports drink market. It's the most heavily researched sports drink in the world. Most of the research studies have been done on it. So it's we can at least say this product has been tried and tested. Now, ultimately, then it just comes down to what flavor do you like. We have the new flavor out that has Tiger's name on it. We don't have my favorite, which is the original. I'm a lemon lime Gatorade person.
Yeah.
I'm extremely boring. And Gatorade does have a product called Gatorade Endurance, which has a higher amount of salt in it. And in fact, in one of the earlier talks I mentioned, it was the one we did previously, where I said for every 2 pounds of sweat you lose about 800 milligrams of sodium, pardon me. And Gatorade Endurance for 2 pounds or a quart, here's a quart. For every 2 pounds or a quart of Gatorade Endurance that you drink, you're getting 800 milligrams of sodium.
So that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, especially, again, 2-a-days in the summer when it's hot, or endurance athletes because they're going to be out there for hours and hours and hours sweating.
And the only thing about the G2 is just less calories, right? That's
yes.
the ideal? And
yes.
that would be something that's a social drink, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I don't think I'd be recommending this during exercise. I would recommend a regular Gatorade product during exercise.
Okay, one thing that we always talk about, which is the gas station diet. And I went to the gas station and I found this right there on the thing. And I go to gas stations all the time because we drive a lot. You can find something for everything that you have. This is called Redline Power Rush, but that's not this name brand, but any of these things. What do these all do? I look at this thing, it's all caffeine. So once again, it's going to give you that same rush as the other ones did.
That's exactly right.
So it's just another...
I mean, there's another one being marketed, and again, I'm not affirming it or putting it down. The 5-Hour Energy that has as much caffeine as a cup of coffee in it.
It's the new cup of coffee.
It's right. This is the new caffeine in... Here's the granddaddy of the sports drink, of the energy drinks. This started it. By the way, energy drinks, not during exercise. They're so concentrated, you'll get sick to your stomach. So do not drink them during exercise, and I don't even recommend them immediately before because of the same reason. Because you're not absorbing them quickly because of all the sugar in them. Plus the caffeine bothers some people's stomachs too. But basically, this is just a smaller version of this.
Cool.
So people will get the idea, ooh, this must be powerful because look how small the bottle is.
That's what I was thinking. I was hoping for.
Sexy marketing.
Okay, now the last power drink we have is water.
Yes, the water. And I remember years ago, Jim, when you said when it became popular for everybody to walk around with a bottle of water, Jim said, this is the new pet rock. And...
the greatest thing that was ever invented.
Water is wonderful. Water is great, except that let's go back, when we're talking during exercise, athletes sweating, losing salt, athletes needing carbohydrate to perform optimally, I recommend a sports drink over water during exercise. Otherwise, and sometimes after exercise, I'll recommend a sports drink if the athlete has had tremendous sweat losses and needs to recover some of the sodium. Water is a great drink to drink during the day, and in this day where a lot of people consume too many calories, I'd rather see them drinking water over beverages that have calories when they're not exercising. When they're exercising, go for a properly formulated sports drink. Otherwise, drink water, or with a meal, I lost my fruit juice,
right here.
Or have some fruit juice with a meal.
Okay. In closing, one thing is that you also have to be wary of all the new stuff that's out there. I saw something the other day somebody was selling that was enhanced oxygen in water.
Oh, yes.
And then you had the caffeine water before. So I think you just have to be careful about that. Contact your local sports nutritionist that has no financial with that, and then get some good information.
When in doubt, if somebody is recommending a product to you that they're also trying to sell you, go elsewhere.
Yep.
Don't buy a product from somebody who's recommending it to you. And yes, just shoot me an email if you have any questions about any of this stuff.
Yeah, and you can go to www.sportclinic.md, and I can hook you up with Ellen or myself. And once again, we have books out there that you can both read. And I hope this has been helpful for you. So until next time, we'll see you on the sidelines.
That's right.
Thanks.